This is TWiT.
So, Windows 11 versus your browser of choice.
Oh, God. The endless topic, right?
Oh, my God. It turns out I was wrong to give Microsoft props for reversing themselves about Windows 11's insistence
that's hysterical.
upon Edge. I saw a published UI dialogue on an extremely reliable tech news site, which clearly showed at the top, above all the granular options, a single one-click option in Windows 11, which appeared to be offering a single-click browser switchover. But then I listened to Paul Thurrott the next day during Windows Weekly, laboriously slogging through the description of what all still needs to be done. My problem, which I've not yet solved, and I guess I'm going to have to, is that I don't have a single Windows 11 machine upon which to test things. Paul does. Otherwise, I could be sure of what I was saying. Nothing I have will run Windows 11, which, given everything we've seen of Windows 11, is just fine with me. You know, I'm driving an 18-year-old car, Leo, which I absolutely love. Low mileage, it's in perfect condition. It was beautiful then, and it's beautiful now. They don't make them like they used to. I could buy a new car if I wanted one. I don't want one. I like the one I have. Now, the crank I use to start the engine, okay, I agree. That's a little retro, and it can be annoying in the rain. But it has a really nice place for me to set down my Palm Pilot. So, just to correct the record, latest information I've managed to track down indicates that with Windows 11, it will not be possible to completely switch away from Edge. It's possible to mostly switch away by manually and individually changing the browser associations for HTTP, HTTPS, HTML, PDF, WebP, SHTML, FTP, HTML, Mail to News, and any others that you are able to change. And I did see a UI for that. On the other hand, it was, those things, those options, those granular, what do you want to associate with each of these things was beneath that single click switch button. So perhaps the entire thing was a fever dream. I don't know. But the final gotcha is that still leaves one thing unchanged. Back in Windows 10, when Microsoft began promoting their first Edge browser, remember, Edge Classic or whatever they call it, they invented their own Windows-centric protocol scheme. Schemes, remember, are those protocol names to the left of the separating colon. So HTTP : is a scheme, as is HTTPS. Starting with Windows 10, Microsoft invented Microsoft-Edge : / as a scheme. And not surprisingly, they associated it with their Edge browser,
it's
like
a good word
the name
for that.
says.
Scheme.
Yes, it's a scheme.
Yeah, it's a scheme.
Those schemers. It's that association with some third-party tools, such as Edge Deflector or Search Deflector, that those apps were created to change. That is, to fight this Microsoft-Edge scheme. And contrary to what I believed and said last week, between Windows Insider Preview builds 22.483 and 22.494, Microsoft decided to up the ante in this battle and neuter any attempt to change the association of their own Microsoft-Edge : / scheme away from Edge. You can't do it any longer. Consequently, apps like Edge Deflector will no longer work for that scheme, and Edge Deflector's developer has said he gives up. He's throwing in the towel. He's not going to, escalate this battle any further. He's apparently said that there were ways around it still, but it risked breaking Windows. So, no. So this means that Microsoft's Widgets app in Windows 11 and perhaps a few other things which are hard-coded to use the Microsoft-Edge protocol scheme exclusively will always launch Edge, and that Edge may continue to use that opportunity to complain about no longer being the system's default web browser for everything else too. Oh, boo-hoo. Microsoft has clearly decided that this is a sword they're willing to fall on if it comes to that. It's not as if Edge is bad. It's Chromium-based, right? As we've said and has been noted, it's becoming laden with unwanted crapware and functionality that unfortunately keeps it from being as, clean and pure as it originally was. But I guess mostly it's just the loss of choice, which is sad to see. The idea that a Windows user can no longer, as we have always been able to, choose the browser that we want to have open our various HTML things. Oh, well. And as far as I know, that is correct, though I have not been able to test it myself. As I said, I'm going to have to solve that problem here.